My name is Jennifer Bell, and today I will be presenting on my occupational science research design. The chosen type of research was descriptive research, which is considered level 1. This is the base level of the 4 levels of research in occupational science. It looks at the factors and dynamics of typical occupation and helps OTs understand how their clients view and experience occupations. It is fairly basic and descriptive. The first article that was chosen for my literature review was Evidence-Based Review of Interventions for Autism Used in or of Relevance to Occupational Therapy. This article focused on 6 interventions. The first was sensory integration. The second was relationship-based or interactive interventions. The third was developmental skill-based programs. The fourth was social cognitive skill training. The fifth was parent-directed approaches. And the sixth was intensive behavioral interventions. On the following slides, I will be going in depth on each of these interventions. The first, sensory integration, focuses on helping children modulate their arousal levels and recognize the sensory input they receive. From these interventions, they were able to determine that there was an increase in a child's ability to modulate behavior and participate in social interactions, but further research is still needed. The second intervention, relationship-based interactive interventions, was a combination of sensory integration and interaction play. This intervention focuses on improving social-emotional growth and helps to create rich, supportive environments that are conducive to social interactions. The next one, developmental skill-based programs, are play-based and utilize professionals from many fields. The evidence to support this intervention was not that strong, as only small positive effects were noted. Social cognitive skill training, which will be used for the rest of this presentation, occurs when social skills are taught or modeled for the individual. In this case, some positive behaviors increased and negative behaviors decreased. This is most commonly used for high-functioning adults with autism. Parent-directed approaches can also be effective as they increase parents' abilities and confidence to help their child grow. These approaches really help the parent to feel confident, but there hasn't been a ton of research to support the child's occupational performance increasing. Intensive behavioral interventions were next. OTs often work collaboratively with behavioral therapists to employ these interventions. OTs typically do not do these interventions on their own. Moderate to strong behavioral effects have been noted from this type of intervention. The next article was titled Systematic Review of Articles Describing Experience and Supports of Individuals with Autism Enrolled in College and University Programs. This article was chosen because the client in the next few slides will be transitioning to college. The article was a systematic, descriptive review of existing literature surrounding supports for individuals with autism enrolled in college. Given the higher number of higher-functioning individuals with autism, it is likely more individuals with autism will be attending college in future years. The case studies within this review found that high levels of anxiety, loneliness, and depression for individuals with disabilities were in the college settings. The research also showed a high need for academic and social supports. Now going on to my client information. For this project, my client is a 22-year-old female named Linda. Linda recently graduated from high school in Minnesota in spring of 2020. She attends the UI Reach certification program at the University of Iowa. Linda was diagnosed with autism as a young girl. She has always been high functioning and has had lots of success in the academic setting. She learns information quickly and is a very fluent reader. She has a unique interest in world history and world wars. She also has a strong energy and drive to excel and to do well so that her parents will be happy. She has normal neuromusculoskeletal muscle and movement related functions. She also has strong visual, hearing, taste, smell, pain, and sensitivity functions. Next, we will be looking at barriers and deficits that she might face. She does have difficulties with specific mental functions, such as attention, memory, perception, and emotional functions. She specifically struggles with organization of materials. Caregivers note that her room at home is very disorganized, and she also is disorganized at school with her desk and her locker. She also has deficits in proprioceptive, vestibular, and touch functions. Caregivers also describe Linda as careless or off balance sometimes. As far as processing skills go, Linda struggles with pacing, attending, and sequencing. Sometimes she moves too slowly or too quickly. The main area of concern for Linda as she approaches college is her social interaction skills. She struggles with approaching new tasks or starting conversations. She also doesn't like to be touched by others and can struggle with regulating or matching language. Linda is very fortunate with the family support that she has. She has a father, mother, two brothers, and a dog. Her parents have provided her with many social, recreational, and academic opportunities as she grew up. Most of her family lives a few hours away, so they utilize FaceTime for 1 hour each week. During the holidays, Linda plans to go home and stay with her family. For fun, Linda likes to read on her Kindle. She also likes to watch videos and movies on Netflix and enjoys spending time with friends and family. On the weekends, she also likes to spend time shopping at the mall. As previously mentioned, Linda's prior level of functioning was very high. She had a strong support system in high school, and her teachers and parents were very helpful and supportive through all of her endeavors. She participated in a least restrictive environment with accommodations and modifications. She had many friends in her classes and was the basketball manager for the girls' basketball team. She exercised routinely with her mom and had a nutritious and balanced diet. She did struggle with some higher level thinking and problem solving, but she had many accessible resources and support to help redirect her. She attended church each Sunday and a small group each Wednesday. The intervention that was chosen for Linda was the social cognitive skill training. Given her baseline, occupational profile, strengths and barriers, and the existing research surrounding individuals with disabilities in the college setting, this type of approach was chosen. This will help her to learn social skills that will help her in the social and academic environments in college. She will be presented with many social situations, whether that be talking to the people on her floor, going down to the dining hall, attending football games. There will be many periods where she will have to engage in social conversations, and we really want to work on preparing her for those. This intervention will really encourage reciprocal relationships and friendships that will hopefully help to decrease possible feelings of loneliness and depression. The specific intervention activity that was chosen for this intervention was social stories. These will help her to understand various social norms and ways in which individuals engage in interpersonal communication. Linda will read the social story or view it if it's a video or a movie, and then the occupational therapist will model the specific strategy for her. Linda will then practice that strategy with the occupational therapist. To further generalize the skills, Linda and the occupational therapist will practice skills in the natural environment. So that might mean that the occupational therapist and Linda go down to the dining center and work towards asking to sit with someone, asking for a certain food, or engaging in other conversations. After those natural environment practice sessions, Linda and the occupational therapist will reflect on what went well and what improvements are needed for the future. As we continued into our more intervention activities, we want to look at self-care, health management, home management, and community and work integration. As previously stated, organization was an area of concern for Linda in high school. This will continue to be an area of concern into college, as Linda will now be required to organize all of her materials independently. An academic planner or personal planner will help Linda to organize all of her assignments and their due dates, as well as schedule time for leisure reading and exercise. This will help to make sure that Linda is able to accomplish all the tasks that she needs to, while also getting some time for herself. The occupational therapist will also provide Linda with brochures of campus health facilities and then help her add them into her phone or planner for easy use. That way, if Linda gets sick or needs some of those resources, she will be able to easily access them. The occupational therapist will also work with Linda to organize her dorm room by using storage bins, organization containers, and labels to help each item have a specific location. The first semester of college, Linda will probably not want to engage in community or work integration, but in the future, the occupational therapist can work to help Linda find opportunities within the community that she can volunteer or work at. Remediation strategies will be utilized to help Linda learn how to adjust to her new environment. The planner will help compensate, remediate for executive functioning deficits, and help decrease any behavioral health deficits. Teaching Linda social remediation strategies for the college setting will help to reduce any psychosocial deficits. This next page shows all the ways that you could grade up or grade down the social stories. One example of grading up would be to have her formulate her own responses to how she would handle a situation without help from the occupational therapist. Linda could also practice with people that she has never met before. If you're looking at grading down the activity, you could have Linda read the social stories and then follow it up with short multiple choice quizzes. That way it can help her to narrow down and choose wisely which would be the correct response. The occupational therapist can also provide frequent feedback. Caregiver training will also be important, but would look a little bit different since Linda is at college independently. Through the virtual context, her parents will be able to teach her to self-advocate for herself across multiple contexts. OT will encourage weekly virtual check-ins and will provide resources such as self-advocacy online, parent support groups, and handouts. The parents will really work on supporting and coaching Linda to empower her to stand up for her rights and ensure she is receiving the college education she deserves. In conclusion, transitioning to college will be a big step for Linda. Support from friends and family at home will help Linda to remain grounded throughout her new life season. At this point, there are no academic concerns, but she will need support in social contexts. The social cognitive skills training will help Linda to have a higher level of occupational performance in interpersonal communication settings. This increased occupational performance will enable Linda to meet new friends and feel a sense of community in her new home.